Øystein Euronymous Astreth was a Norwegian musician who helped found the Norwegian black metal scene. The events of his life and untimely death at the age of 25 catapulted the small and obscure musical scene into tabloids, igniting speculation and myth. It is a difficult task to parse out the legend from fact in his life and death. So then, what is the truth? Euronymous was born in Surndal, Norway, in the year 1968. In 1984, he, along with bassist Jor Stubberud, also known as Necrobutcher, and drummer Kjetil Mannheim, formed the band Mayhem. Initially, this band was influenced primarily by the Swedish death metal scene. But in 1988, vocalist Pelle "Dead" Olin joined the group, and his haunting vocals and dark, oftentimes ethereal lyrics helped transform their musical identity and define the black metal sound. But then, tragedy struck. The depressive and melancholic Dead committed suicide by slitting his own wrists and then shooting himself in the forehead with a shotgun. When Euronymous found him, he drove out to a store, bought a Polaroid camera, and began taking pictures of the scene, posing and rearranging objects. Enter Varg Vikernes, also known as Count Grishnak. Another pioneer of the black metal scene, Varg was initially on good terms with Euronymous, but as time went on, and financial issues relating to unpaid royalties from Euronymous to Vikernes, the relationship continued to spiral into hostility. This all culminated on the 10th of August, 1993, when Snorre Blackthorn Roach of the band Thorns and Vikernes drove to Oslo to solve a contract dispute. The timeline of events is hazy at best, but Varg has given his version of events. He claims that when he arrived at the apartment, he knocked on the door and Euronymous invited him up to his apartment. An important thing to note is that Varg says that Euronymous was planning for some time to lure Vikernes, incapacitate him with a taser, take him out into the forest and torture him and murder him, filming the whole ordeal, which has been corroborated by several people within the black metal community. So he was already on the defensive. Suddenly, Euronymous kicked him in the chest, fell back, and then ran for a kitchen knife. Vikernes pulled out a small pocket knife and prevented Euronymous from getting into the kitchen, to which Euronymous ran towards the bedroom where Varg believed the shotgun that Dead had committed suicide with and the aforementioned taser were, but later on it was determined that neither of these items were in the house. Catching up to him, Varg stabbed him. Instead of going into the bedroom, though, at this point he made a beeline for the stairs down and out the apartment, in which Varg followed him. At this point, Euronymous began banging and ringing on different apartment doors in vain. At this point, Vikernes stabbed him 3 or 4 more times, and claims that he ran into a lamp and was cut by shards of glass. He ran at Varg again, and Varg stabbed him twice in the head, killing him instantly. In the end, Euronymous was cut 23 times, twice in the head, 5 times in the neck, and 16 times in the back. Snorre, who was present at the murder scene, has never corroborated Varg's narrative one way or the other, but claims that the murder of Euronymous was premeditated instead of the murder. I was neither for it nor against it. I didn't give a shit about Øystein. It took police 9 days to arrest Vikernes, and he was found with 150 kilograms of explosives and 3,000 rounds of ammo. In 1994, he was tried and convicted of the murder, the arson of 4 churches, and the theft of explosives. He was given 21 years in prison, which is the maximum prison sentence in Norway, and Snorre was given 8. Now we get to the theories. What exactly was the motivation behind the killing? Theory 1. Self-defense. Vikernes, in conjunction with his version of events, says that he was attacked by Euronymous and simply acted in self-defense. Theory 2. The power struggle. Euronymous and Varg became bitter enemies by the end, and it is speculated that Varg's jealousy of Euronymous' power and influence in the scene and decided to murder Euronymous so that he could become the king of the black metal inner circle. Theory 3. The terror attack. This theory postulates that the murder was a result of a planned terror attack. Vikernes is well known for his white supremacy. According to the book, The Encyclopedia of White Power, Vikernes planned on using the 150 kilograms of explosives he stole to blow up the far left-wing Blitz House. As Euronymous was a communist, it is said that Varg needed to get him out of the way before committing a terror attack. Varg denies the claim that he intended to blow up the Blitz House, and instead says that he was stockpiling ammunition so that he could defend Norway in case of an invasion. Theory 4. The shock factor. In 1992, scene member Bard Goldvik Faust Aethun of Emperor murdered Magne Andresen, stabbing him 37 times and kicking him in the head repeatedly. This theory says that Varg's murder of Euronymous was a plot to outdo the murder of Andresen. In the end, there isn't a clear-cut answer to what truly happened that night. It's up to you, the viewer, to come to your own conclusion.